The moment the statement dropped, fans froze. Screenshots spread like wildfire, hearts raced, and for a split second, it felt like a long-whispered fantasy might finally be real. Could it be true? Had years of quiet speculation finally led to this? Before we dive into the truth behind what Lee Min-ho's agency actually said about his connection with Song Hye Kyo, make sure you subscribe for more updates like this. Because in the world of K-drama stars, the truth is often more surprising than the rumors. It all began with a wave of renewed buzz across social media platforms, where fans began connecting dots that seemed too coincidental to ignore. From past public appearances to subtle overlaps in schedules, every little detail was magnified. The idea of these two global Hallyu icons being romantically involved quickly gained traction, not just among casual viewers, but within dedicated fan communities who have followed their careers for years. The excitement wasn't random. After all, both stars have built reputations not only for their acting brilliance, but also for their relatively private personal lives, which only adds fuel to any speculation. Lee Min-ho, known for his unforgettable roles in dramas like Boys Over Flowers and The King, Eternal Monarch, has always been a figure of intense public interest. His charm, combined with his reserved nature off-screen, has made fans endlessly curious about who might hold his heart. On the other hand, Song Hye Kyo, the star behind global hits like Descendants of the Sun and The Glory, carries an equally powerful aura, elegant, composed, and fiercely respected in the industry. So when whispers began suggesting a possible relationship between the two, it didn't feel entirely impossible to fans. In fact, many saw it as a pairing that made sense. Two A-list actors with similar levels of fame, experience, and influence. Some fans even pointed out how their visuals and on-screen personas would complement each other perfectly, sparking a wave of what-if edits and imagined collaborations. But as the rumors intensified, all eyes turned toward MYM Entertainment, the agency representing Lee Min-ho, waiting for an official response. And when that response finally came, it brought clarity, but not necessarily the answer many fans were hoping for. According to the agency's official statement, the rumors linking Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo romantically are not true. The agency firmly denied any claims of a relationship, emphasizing that the two stars are not dating. They clarified that the speculation was baseless and likely fueled by coincidental timing and online assumptions rather than any real connection. For fans who had already begun celebrating the idea of this power couple, the confirmation came as a bittersweet moment. On one hand, it put an end to the uncertainty and endless guessing. On the other, it quietly closed the door on a pairing that many had already started to emotionally invest in. Interestingly, this isn't the first time either star has been at the center of relationship rumors. Song Hye Kyo, in particular, has had her personal life closely followed, especially after her high-profile marriage and subsequent divorce from Song Joong-ki. Since then, fans have been especially sensitive and curious about any potential new relationships in her life. Meanwhile, Lee Min-ho has also experienced public relationships in the past, but has remained notably private in recent years, choosing to focus more on his career and personal growth. What makes this situation even more fascinating is how quickly narratives can form in the digital age. A few posts, a couple of speculative threads, and suddenly a full-blown rumor takes shape, complete with evidence and emotional investment from thousands, sometimes millions of fans. In this case, the connection between Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo seemed to grow almost overnight, showing just how powerful fan communities can be when it comes to shaping public discourse. Despite the denial, many fans have taken a positive approach, choosing to celebrate both stars individually rather than dwell on what could have been. In fact, the renewed attention has only highlighted how much love and support still surrounds them. Comments across social media have been filled with admiration, not just for their visuals or imagined chemistry, but for their enduring talent and influence in the entertainment industry. At the end of the day, the real truth, confirmed by the agency, is simple. There is no romantic relationship between Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo. But the emotional reaction to the rumor tells a deeper story. One about how much fans care, how invested they are in the lives of these stars, and how powerful the idea of connection can be, even when it isn't real. Still, in the unpredictable world of entertainment, nothing ever feels completely final. New projects, surprise collaborations, and unexpected friendships can always shift the narrative again. And who knows? Even if romance isn't part of their story, the idea of seeing Lee Min-ho and Song Hye Kyo share the screen one day is enough to keep fans dreaming. Until then, the truth has been spoken, the rumors have been addressed, and the spotlight moves forward, just as it always does.